Well, I think we're very fortunate to come away with the victory. I was very happy to see our guys go 21 for 25 from the foul line. I thought our defense in the first half actually was very good, but we really struggled to start the second half defending the three-point shot. And, they played a great second half, I thought. We had a number of guys in foul trouble. Over this season and almost over every season, we've been one of the best teams in the country in not fouling. But it seemed like there were a lot of foul calls against us, and I think that really changed the complexion of the game. You got to give their guards credit. Their guards really have a great change of pace dribble, and we're able to get by us, get to the interior, and either get a layup or kick it out for a three.
Our first question will come from Steve Wine.
Jim, how'd you think your team played down the stretch?
Well, it depends on what you mean by down the stretch. I think in the last couple of minutes, we gave the ball to Isaiah Wong, and, he delivered almost every opportunity. We got a nice contribution from Earl Timberlake in his first game as a Miami Hurricane. His presence on the court, some of his passes, his ball movement, his athletic ability, I thought was very helpful. But down the stretch, we made some free throws. Earl was 3 for 4. I think Isaiah ended up like 4 for 5. So at least we were able to stay out in front. We never fell behind, which we were very much in danger of late in the game.
Our next question will come from Michelle Kaufman.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you a little more, just a little more detail on Earl. He really did show a lot of the stuff that everyone is expecting from him. Can you talk a little bit more about him? I mean, defensively, offensively, some of his passes, like you said, to the interior, he had some really good passes. And that last play of the game when he gave up, he kind of gave up the layup to Olanai and then ended up getting the rebound and knocking it in. Can you just talk about his overall play, what he brings? What does he add?
I think one of the things about Earl Timberlake is he is a great competitor, and he's going to do everything possible to win the game, whether it's defend, like he did a great job on James in the first half. He puts himself involved in almost every situation, whether it's defense, rebounding, handling the ball, shooting the ball, getting other guys involved. He's very, very active at both ends of the court. And you could see, I mean, he's rusty. It's not like you've seen the best of Earl Timberlake today. He is a high-octane player, and, he's going to be very, very sore tomorrow. Because you have to realize the position we were in. We lost on Wednesday night. The 3 guards played 37 minutes each. Now, normally, you'd be happy about that if you were a player, but because we've not been able to practice, the only time we get conditioning is during the game, and 2 of the guards cramped up during the pit game at the end of the game. We were so sore. So on Thursday, you think to yourself, well, you're going to come back, you're going to prepare for Jacksonville. We only did 2 things. We shot 100 free throws, which thank goodness helped, and we shot some threes. And we walked through what Jacksonville was going to do. But Isaiah Wong was all beat up. Elijah Olaniyi was all beat up. Harlan Beverly is dealing with a back issue. Earl Timberlake is still very limited in what he's able to do physically. And you see that early in the game, we put Rodney Miller in, and within the first minute, he gets hurt again. So we shot a lot of free throws, so that paid off.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Wyatt Kopelman.
Coach, I know you said Earl Timberlake had to get back in shape, but how soon do you think that could come to pass and really for him to step up his impact with ACC play approaching?
No, honestly, I don't know. Right when we should be getting everybody healthy and back, and we've got some time to prepare, the NCAA requires us to take 3 days off. Now, the guys who are injured, that helps them. But we're really not going to be able to practice much until after Christmas. And we'll see how healthy we are and what kind of conditioning we can do. If we practice the 26th, 27th, travel on the 28th, and play on the 29th, that really only means, 2 full days of practice, 1 day of preparation, and then play the game on the road. And you always got to concern yourself about fatigue when you travel. And this is our first road trip. We've been in the state of Florida since July. Oh, it's very challenging. COVID has been a real strain. All the injuries have made it even more difficult. I've been, just disappointed we can't have the team that we planned on having.
We have time for a couple more questions. Our next one will come from Chris Stuck.
With Earl, and you touched on maybe just a little rustiness and being a little sore, but did you feel like you saw a lot of flashes with what he'll bring to your team? You mentioned the defense, offense, and moving forward.
Yeah, he needs playing time. He needs to be on the court with his teammates, learning them. He was doing that back in September and October. In the last scrimmage that he played in, he was our leading scorer. He had 15 points. He had several assists. Now, the one thing I know is he's also going to turn the ball over. And the reason I say that is he tries stuff. And until he gets really comfortable and confident of what his teammates can do, he'll probably try some passes that, maybe the guy's not ready for. Maybe it's a little bit too hard, too fast for the guy to catch it. But he'll learn what they're capable of, and they'll learn to be more prepared for the kind of pass that he's capable of. Like you saw the pass where he rifled it underneath to Matt Cross for an assist. You saw the around the back pass to Elijah at the end. He's very comfortable with his ball handling. And when we subbed him at the point. We put him in for Harlan Beverly because he can handle the ball. He can play all 4 positions.
And our last question coming from Chris Stuck.
Yeah, and just to add, your optimism level with Chris and Cam maybe being able to play on that next game on the 29th?
Yeah, I'd say I'm very confident about that if they don't re-injure themselves. One of the things about being injured and sitting out for 2 weeks, your anxiousness to come back and get in shape when you're not quite in the kind of shape you were before the injury. So if we could have, let's say on the 26th and 27th, 2 really good hard practices and guys felt good heading up to Virginia Tech, that would be a good sign, because on the 28th, we cannot do a lot and then sit on an airplane and then a bus for 3 hours. Because what happens in travel is you tighten up and it's hard to stay loose, especially when you've gone hard 2 days in a row. So we'll hopefully be in better shape after Christmas.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you. Am I done?
Yep, you're all done. Next will be Anthony Walker.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Enjoy it. If I don't see you, Happy New Year. And I look forward to chatting with you again.
Happy holidays, Jim.
ACC regular season.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.